So we have a viewer, Bharatwaj, who's writing from Coimbatore. He has 700 shares of Exide at a price of 363 rupees. He wants to know whether he can add more at the current levels. He's looking to hold for another period of 2 to 4 years.
Kanishka. Good morning, Lakshmikant. Excite as a stock is a very good for a long-term horizon. The company is doing very well. They have a lot of OEM tie-ups with almost all two-wheelers and four-wheelers manufacturers. And apart from that, the OEM market is growing very well. Once the auto number starts picking up, we will see better volumes coming in. And not to forget the kind of expansion they have been doing into the EV space too. So all in all, with a strong balance sheet and a strong product profile, with a strong brand, I think Excite is a good long-term bet. For a 2 to 4 years horizon, it's a very good buy. One can buy at these levels too.
Excite, a buy call coming in on Excite, but let's move on to the next question. This is coming in from Hyderabad by Satyaveni. He says he wants a technical view on AU Small Finance Bank. His the buying price is 810 rupees, and BEML that he's bought at 4,360 rupees. At what price can he average in? He wants to add in more to AU Small and also BEML. Lakshmikant, what are the levels that he can average in?
So first, talking about AU Bank, so this stock has seen a back-to-back bearish kind of formation for the last 2 weeks, but now it is showing some sort of stability near its recent swing low of 720 followed by 700 zone. So I think till it hold up the levels of 680 to 690. View will be positive, and we could see some pullback move toward the levels of 770 to 790. So I think even this is the good time to accumulate this stock at current level and keep the stop loss of 640 on the downside. And as long as it holds the levels of 640, we would see pullback move. Fresh buying momentum could trigger once it crosses the levels of 770. Then afterward, we could see 820 upcoming levels in this stock. Now, talking about BML, so if we look at the whole structure, so we have found that this stock has been forming rounding a top kind of pattern. So one should wait for the levels of 3,700, where its bullish crossover is seen.
All right. So that's the view on BEML and AU Small Finance Bank. But moving on, let's go and get another query answered. Now, this query is on Jindal Saw. Our viewer Vijay has 110 shares at a price of 240 rupees. He wants to hold the stock for another 6 months. Lakshmikant, what would you suggest? Should he continue to hold? Okay, I think we are getting some audio connectivity issues. We'll have Lakshmikant join us back again. Rajesh, now would you like to take this question? Hi Rajesh, can you hear me? Okay, Rajesh, I'll just repeat the question for you. So we have a viewer, Vijay, who's writing about Jindal Saw. He wants to know whether he can continue to hold the stock for another period of 6 months. He has 110 shares at a price of 240 rupees. What would your view be?
Yourself, I think we can't hear you. I guess there is some technical error, but we'll get you all the questions answered after the break. We'll get the issue sorted and we'll be back with your questions being answered on the other side. Stay tuned. All the stocks and the questions that you have sent us. Now let's move on to the next question. This next question is coming in from Ghosh Subrata, who's writing it from Delhi, he wants to know about a Bharat Forge. He's bought it at a buying price of 1,250 for the long time. What is the future for Bharat Forge? Rajesh, Bharat Forge, is that a long-term bet for you?
Yes, it's a very strong company from the Kalyani belt, and previously the problem was more focused on auto and class 4 trucks. They were having issues from US market, but now they have moved into defense too, and that division is going to do very well in the near future. So I think at these levels, it has already discounted all the negative news associated with the company. It's just a matter of time, just it starts moving up. Somebody looking for a time horizon, maybe 12 to 18 months, it's a good buy at these levels.
All right, so that's the view on Bharat Forge. Now, shifting focus from the defense space to the realty space, Rajesh. Now, we have a viewer, SK Saran, who's a senior citizen writing from Bangalore. He wants to know your view on DLF. What is your view? What would you suggest as the entry price? And he wants to hold it for the long term. So, what would your suggestion be to him?
So he is a senior citizen. I think you should avoid reality as a sector because there's its own inherent risk considering the inventory issues, sometimes the corporate governance issues, sometimes interested issues. It's better to go for housing ancillary companies like a housing finance company and all. But still, if somebody is insisting to go for a realty stock, I think DLF with all lot of debt being repaid, premium projects being sold out in a hurry, I think one can go long on this, but the entire sector is facing some kind of correction. So what I would say is wait for some more correction, maybe around 750, 740 odd levels would be a good levels to enter.
740 levels, a good level to enter for DLF. But let me get on board our next guest who was already also joined in. There was the glitch there, but Lakshmikant has managed to join us back. This one's coming from Pratik from Goa. He says he holds 125 shares of Titagarh at a price of 850 rupees. He says he wants to know if he should be holding it or adding more for the next 6 months to 1 year time frame. Lakshmikant, this is for Titagarh Rail. Can he add more at this juncture?
So after 5 to 6 days of decline, the stock has retested its 100 DMA levels, which is placed around the zone of 820. And then after we have seen some sort of bounce back move in this stock. So as long as it holds this level of 820, I think one can add this stock and can wait for the bounce back move toward the levels of 870 to 900. 900 to 950 June. So I think that would be the upcoming resistance level, and even we think that one can add at current price also with this stop loss of 820 and can expect upside momentum toward the levels of 900 to 950.
All right, so that's the view on Titagarh Rail. But Lakshmikant, we were discussing that query earlier about Jindal Saw. Now, this viewer, Vijay, has 110 shares of Jindal Saw at a price of 240 rupees. He wants to hold the stock for a period of 6 months. What would your suggestion be? Any 6-month target that you can give us?
Looking at the weekly and monthly chart, this stock has made bearish kind of formation, and we expect that it could trend down to retest its previous swing low of 199 to 200 levels. So I think he should exit from this stock and rather buy some good other stock from where it could get good amount of returns. Or we will negative in this stock till it hold to the levels of 240 followed by 255 zone. And as long as it hold below this level, it could retest its previous swing low of 199. And if we get a decisive close below the levels of 199, then further correction is possible in this stock toward the levels of 170 to 165 zone.
Right, so that is Jindal Saw on the charts. But moving on, this is another one who's asking for a technical view. This is Venu, who's a senior citizen from Chennai. He wants a technical view on Yes Bank. He's stuck around rupees 20 for months now. Is it a good buy at this juncture, Lakshmikant? Would you recommend buying Yes Bank at a current juncture?
So due to compliance issue, I am not authorized to give recommendation for the Yes Bank. So you can have a view of Rajesh ji, so he will tell you he can give you the right suggestion.
Then Yes Bank, a good bet, especially at current levels?
Is it for me?
Yes.
See, depending on your time horizon, if you have a long-term time horizon, I think one can go long on this. Considering the fact from the last 3-4 quarters, the numbers have been improving, asset quality has improved, and all the legacy issues has been taken care of. And at these prices, I think the risk-reward ratio is in favor of long-term investor. But once again, I would like to say, since this bank has its history of all the issues, so one should have consider his own risk appetite before going in long into this. But for longer term horizon, I think around 20% upside from these levels in the next 1 year is quite possible.
All right, so those are the levels to watch. That kind of upside is expected when it comes to Yes Bank. But coming to you now, Lakshmikant, we have a query on Cochin Shipyard. This viewer, Renuka Thomas, is writing from Kerala. She has shares of Cochin Shipyard at a price of 1,350 rupees. She wants to know whether she should sell at the current juncture or should she continue to hold it for a shorter period of time ahead.
This stock has seen some sort of profit booking after making the high of 2,545, and then after we have seen consistent formation of lower tops and lower bottom. But if we look at the weekly chart, so now it is approaching towards its 50-week moving averages of 1,635. So I think till it hold this level, we would see a bounce back move in this stock. So till it hold the levels of 1,630, she should continue to hold this stock. Once it reaches the levels of 1,630, then after she could think to make exit from this hold position of Cochin Shipyard.
That's the view coming in on Cochin Shipyard. But let me come to you then, Rajesh. This one's coming from Rajapan from Trichy. He says that he has SBI at a buying price of 450 rupees. He wants to know if he should continue to hold on to it, or what is your opinion on it? He's already made a profit here. In the long term, do you see SBI moving up? Because SBI hasn't really done much, in the last 6 odd months. Do you see some upside coming in on SBI?
See, we have a buy call on this. The bank has been doing very well. The numbers have been being good. With RBI cutting rates, infusing liquidity, I think just it's a matter of time when credit offtake starts taking up. So entire PSU basket, based on the fact that they have a good bond portfolio, and not to forget the FM has given direction sometimes back of monetizing their subsidiaries. I think SBI is in a very sweet spot. At these levels, I think valuations are also very good. Depending on your time horizon, if your time horizon of 12 to 18 months, yes, it's a good buy. One can go long on this.
Okay, so that's the view on SBI. But Lakshmikant, now coming to you, our viewer Ignatius from Kolkata has written to us about Indigo. She has 20 shares of Indigo at a price of 4,859 rupees. She wants to know whether she should add more at the current levels, and what levels should she be watching out for. She's been holding the stock for a period of about 1 year.
This stock is still trading in the bullish territory, although from last few days this stock has been forming lower tops and lower bottom. But if we look at the broader structure of this stock, which is still trading in the positive territory, so we expect that dip on the side of 5,640 to 630 zone would be the right levels to go long in this stock, where its 50-week moving averages is also placed. So we expect some sort of stability there, and if we find a reversal kind of pattern, then after we could see pullback move in this stock, and this stock could able to resume its upside momentum once it crosses the levels of 5,950 to 6,000 June. So according to me, I think 5,600 to 5,630 would be the good level to take a long bet in this stock.
All right, moving on to the next question. This is again on the technical. So this is Nikhil Sharma, who's writing on from Mumbai. He says he's an intraday trader and he wants to know on Crompton Greaves, he's bought 100 shares at a buying price of 356 rupees. The target that he's predicted for it is 372. Now he wants to know when is the right time to really exit the stock, or is it better to hold on to the stock? And are these levels achievable? Lakshmikant, 372 on Crompton.
The if we look at the structure of last few days, this stock has been trending down with the formation of lower tops and lower bottom. So our view will be negative until we see any decisive move. The levels of 345. So 345 is the strong resistance for this stock. So if it will get clear this level of 345, then after we could see upside move toward the levels of 365 to 370 zone. However, on the lower side, the levels of 315 could act as the support. So till it hold this support of 315, we could expect upside move. However, we need to revisit this stock once it reaches the zone of 340 to 345 again.
All right, so those are the levels to watch as far as Crompton is concerned. But on that note, we'll take a very short break on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. We'll be right back with more of your queries to be answered on the other side. 1,000 shares of BHEL at a price of 260 rupees. They want to know whether they should add more shares at this current price or should they average what should be the average price as in when they plan to sell?
So BHEL started hovering near this 200 DMA levels, which is placed around the zone of 230 to 233. And current price is trading around 236. I think 230 is the appropriate level from where one can make the long position in this stock, as risk reward ratio is looking favorable, and if it able to hold this level of 230, then we could see pullback move in this stock toward the levels of 255 to 260. So even at current levels, risk reward ratio is favorable, so one can take long bet in this stock for the upside target of 255 to 260.
All right, so that's the view coming in on BHEL, but let's move on to the next question. This is coming from Sridhar from Coimbatore. He says he wants your view on Dalmia Bharat. He's bought 50 shares at a buying price of 2,350 rupees. What is the rate that perhaps he could make an exit? Rajesh, let me come to you and get your view on Dalmia Bharat because he's not given us a holding period. But what are the levels? What do you see for Dalmia Bharat, and what are the levels that we can see perhaps in the next 1 or 2 years to come?
See, we have initiated a recovering report in this company some time back, and we had a target of around 2,500 rupees by the end of this financial year. That's April 2026. So we stick to our targets. Company is doing very well. The capex has already been done, and with the new capacity coming in, the numbers are going to be good. Although this quarter the numbers have needs to be will be subdued because of the monsoon, which is a property of the entire cement pack. But considering the fact that the realty space as a whole is doing well, infrastructure is growing, I think all cement companies are going to do well in the long term. Dalmia Bharat, as such, with the kind of capacity it has, with the kind of product profile, I think it can go to around 2,600 rupees.
All right, so that's the view on Dalmia Bharat. Thank you so much, Rajesh and Lakshmikant, for joining us today and helping us with your expert views for all the stock-specific queries that our viewers have sent to us. So that's all the time we have today to answer the queries. On that note, we'll let you go. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us today. All right, then let's shift focus to some national stories as well.